Alright, hey guys, or bookworms, and welcome back to another reading. This is, again, a new book, and it's called Young Samurai, and this is The Ring of Sky, which I believe is the last book. I do not have the full series, such as the first being The Way of the Warrior, The Way of the Sword, The Way of the Dragon, between Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind. This is by Chris Bradford, and this used to be one of my favorite series, until I got to Percy Jackson, I think. The letter. My dear Jess. Japan, 1614. My dear Jess, I hope this letter reaches you one day. You must believe I've been lost at sea all these years, but you'll be glad to know that I am alive and in good health. Father and I reached the Japans in August 1611, but I am sad to tell you he was killed in an attack upon our ship, the Alexandria. I alone survived. For these past 3 years, I've been living in the care of a Japanese warrior, Masamoto Jakeshi, at his samurai school in Kyoto. He has been very kind to me, but life has not been easy. An assassin, a ninja known as Dragon Eye, was hired to steal our father's rudder. You no doubt remember how important this navigational logbook was to our father. The ninja was successful in his mission. However, with the help of my samurai friends, I've managed to get it back. This same ninja was the one who murdered our father, and while it may not bring you much comfort, I can assure you the assassin is now dead. Justice has been delivered, but the ninja's death doesn't bring back our father. I miss him so much, and to do with his guidance and protection at this very moment. Japan has been split by civil war, and foreigners like myself are no longer welcome. I am a fugitive, on the run for my life. I now journey south through this strange and exotic land to the port of Nagasaki in the hope that I may find a ship bound for England. The Hokkaido road upon which I travel, however, is fraught with danger, and I have many enemies on my trail, but do not fear for my safety. Masamoto has trained me as a samurai warrior, and I will fight to return home to you. One day, I hope I can tell you about my adventures in person. Until then, dear sister, may God keep you safe. Your brother, Jack. P.S. Since first writing this letter at the end of spring, I've been kidnapped by a ninja, but I discovered that they were not the enemy I thought they were. In fact, they saved my life and taught me about the 5 rains, the great 5 elements of the universe: earth, water, fire, wind, and sky. I know now ninjutsu skills that go beyond anything I learned as a samurai, but because of the circumstances of our father's death, I still struggle to fully embrace the way of the ninja. Chapter 1. Oh, and just for you guys knowing, Jess is Jack's little sister who was stuck in England when Jack, as a sailor, and his father went to trade with Japan. Chapter 1. Footprints. Hold on. Japan. Summer 1615. Spluttering and choking, Jack hacked up a lungful of salt water. His fingers gripped the wet sand as another wave broke over him, threatening to drag him back into the chill sea. The constant roll of breakers was like the restless breathing of a great dragon that, having had its fill, spat him out onto the shore. With the last of his strength, Jack clawed his way up the beach. Once clear of the waves, he rolled onto his back, gasping for the effort, and opened his eyes. The sky was a wide expanse of a crystal blue, not a cloud in sight, no trace of the storm that had raged the previous night. The early morning sun shone down in warming golden days from the east, hinting at the fine summer day to come. Jack had no idea how long he lay there recovering, but when he opened his eyes again, the salt water had cracked his lips and his kimono was bone dry. His mind whirled with the churning ocean and his entire body felt sore and bruised, having been pummeled by the waves, rocks, and the reef in his desperate bid for land. So far as he could tell, no bones were broken, although every muscle ached and there was a painful throb in his left side. But to his relief, he discovered that this was just the hilt of his sword chiming against his ribs. He sat up groggily. By some miracle, he still possessed both his katana and the shorter wakizashi. The samurai warrior's sword was considered to be soul, and Jack, trained in the ways of the samurai and the ninja, was thankful to not have lost them. For in a country that now deemed foreigners and Christians to be the enemy of the country, these weapons were his lifeline. His pack was also tied around his waist. Bedraggled and misshapen, its contents looked to be in a sorry state. He emptied it onto the land. A cracked gourd fell out, along with a couple of crushed ice balls and 3 slim iron shuriken. The ninja throwing stars were followed by the heavy thump of a book. His father's rudder, a priceless navigational logbook that offered the only means of safely crossing the world's oceans. Jack was reassured to find the rudder still protected within its waterproof oilskin cover. Pardon me? But the sight of the broken gourd was cause for concern. Having spent much of the night battling for his life, Jack was weakened by hunger and thirst. Snatching up the gourd with a trembling hand, he poured the last dregs of fresh water into his parched mouth. Then, without bothering to brush the sand off, he consumed the cold rice balls in a few ravenous bites. Bitter and salty as they were, the rice revived him enough to clear his head and take stock of his situation. Glancing around, Jack discovered he'd washed up in a sheltered bay. The beach was bounded by craggy headlands to the north and south, while behind, a small cliff rose westwards to a scrub-lined ridge. On first inspection, the bay appeared to be deserted. Then Jack spied a piece of wreckage bobbing at the shoreline. With a sinking heart, he recognized it instantly. Sprawled out like a huge drowned moth was the broken mast of the skiff, its tattered sail rippling in the waves. Only now did the realization hit Jack that his friends were missing. Scrambling to his feet, he ran down the shore and frantically searched for any sign of them. Finding no bodies on the beach or in the shallows, he scanned the bay and horizon for their boat. But the little skiff was nowhere to be seen. With a growing sense of despair, Jack feared for Yori, Saburo, and Miyuki, who were last at sea. Then Jack spotted 2 sets of footprints in the sand, and a spark of hope was rekindled. Dropping to one knee, he inspected the prints and applied his ninja tracking skills. Grandmaster Soke had taught him how to identify tracks by their size, shape, depth, and pattern. Immediately, and without a sign of dismay, Jack could tell these didn't belong to any of his friends. They were too large. Made by an adult and facing opposite directions, it was evident that the 2 sets belonged to the same individual. Both prints possessed a similar uneven pattern, indicating the person either had a limp or an odd gait. Jack also noted the approach had been hurried, with the departure urgent, the sand being more heavily displaced and the prints wider apart, signaling a chance of pacing to a run. However it was, the presence was unlikely to be favorable for Jack. He caught the distant sounds of voices to the north. Hastily gathering up his belongings, Jack fled the opposite way. He ran along the beach towards the southern headland, all the time keeping his eye out for the slightest proof his friends had survived. Approaching the rocky outcrop, he noticed the opening to a cave and waited directly for it. Just as he entered this cool darkness, he heard a shout. "The Daijin's over here!" Jack glanced back to see an old fisherman with bandy legs leading a patrol of armed samurai onto the beach. Hiding inside the cave's entrance, Jack observed the fisherman totter over to where the masks lay. Where is he then? Demanded the leader of the patrol, a sour-faced man with a top knot of black hair and a thick mustache. I promise you, the fisherman protested, pointing a gnarly finger at the marks in the sand. I saw him with my own 2 eyes. A foreigner washed up on this witch, and he had samurai swords. The leader bent down to examine the evidence. His eyes followed Jack's tracks along the beach. "You can't have gone far," snorted the man, drawing his katana. "We'll hunt this Legion samurai down like a dog." And that is chapter 1 of Samurai Jack in the Reign of Sky. And I hope you enjoyed. And for future reference, Legion means like a foreigner, typically someone who has blue eyes and is blonde. Since they mostly traded with Britain, I think, in this story. Or, like, yeah, mostly Britain. But, okay, so anyways, bye!